radio host.
Good morning. Welcome back to Daybreak Web Wars. This is where we talk about stories that have made it on the internet and have caused a bit of a buzz. And I don't do it alone. I do it with a panel of fantastic people who are celebrities or people of influence in their own right. I have to say that. Mbugua Chigogo is back with us after a long time. Mbugua, how are you doing?
I'm good, Kimani.
The report card, I see you're doing well.
Yes, I'm just scaling up the ladder.
Yes, when you come to Web Wars, good things happen to you.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm glad to be back.
Mbugua Chigogo on Instagram, the report card. She does opinion vlogging. Go and see what she does there on Instagram. And we have a new Form 1 panelist.
Yes, I'm excited
how you
to
doing?
Be here, man. Thank you so much for inviting me over.
Yeah, I met you a long time ago, but then it's been like almost 2 years,
You're
right?
growing older, man.
I know, right? My birthday is in 3 months. This is Masaki Magaki. He's a radio host at USAU Radio. He's joining us today, making a debut on Web Wars. Now, let's get straight into the stories that have made the web buzz this week. So, thanks to a brilliant lawyer called Gregory Oriaro Nyauchi, this week, Moide is back. And this guy went to court in 2017 and successfully brought back Moide. Now, Kenyans were super excited as soon as the government released an official notice confirming that Thursday, the 10th of October, was a public holiday to celebrate Moide. You can see that people were very excited yesterday. Now, the web was awash with conversations about the former president, and though not everyone agrees with everyone about the former president, one thing we all agreed is that we needed a public holiday. We need a public holiday every day. Being Kenyan by itself, we need public holiday, and you can see there Maziwa ya Nyayo, people were sharing some of those memories. I wonder, like, how old is this picture? Like, who still has a packet of Maziwa ya Nyayo?
I think 1982.
Yeah, right?
I think I saw a date on the picture that was shared. I think it dates back to 1982.
Oh yeah, and
Yes.
look at this public notice that this person is no longer allowed to transact any business for the country. This is a good one from Gadara, who is a cartoonist, and you can see some of the notes from Kitambo. Guys are sharing some of the memories.
So
from,
now the brown one has already become a TBT.
I know, right?
Oh my God.
How things were changing, and the web yesterday. It was. Where were you guys? Where were you in Kamburi?
I was just in the house. By the way, you know what? I think right now the spending patterns in the Kenyan society is honestly changing, because the economy is doing a hard number on everyone.
Yes.
And right now it takes you to purpose for a certain holiday to be able to enjoy it. So this was just a Thursday like any other Thursday, and I suspect most of us were either in the house cooking, sleeping, or watching something on Netflix.
Where are you?
Kimani, let me just confess. I really didn't do anything. Completely nothing.
Yeah.
You know, gone are the days when Moi used to get into the stadium and then, you know, taking a lap around with the military Land Rover, you know, with the contingent forces, you know, side by side, guys singing praises and songs, you know, to Jonathan himself. This time, man, I think media are the guys who ripped more because they didn't have something to, you know, to do the entire day.
Well,
you guys must have celebrated.
Yesterday we didn't have a show, and I just got to spend time at my place.
The same thing I did. I was in the house, but I really was excited on what social media had. You know, trying to you know, showcase what used to happen in those days. For Generation Z, I think the guys who don't know whether they used to be Maziwa Nyayo, you know, Gen Z, you know, a program that was fully funded and implemented by Moi in 1980, as much as in 1996 it was halted, definitely. You know, somehow some of us tested Maziwa Nyayo, and I was really shocked to see a picture for Eliud in that Maziwa Nyayo. I don't know whether it's Photoshop or it was...
Yeah, it was Photoshop. I think it's
sure it was Photoshop?
That picture. Yeah,
really?
It was really creative.
What was Eliud?
All right, guys, we need to move on to another story. That was Moide yesterday. Conversations were there, but it's over. And now we're looking forward to the next holiday.
But we're still celebrating. We're still celebrating.
Yeah. It's a whole thing.
Somehow he aided in the creation of universities, churches. You know, Moi, everything is named after Moi. Wow.
I know, right?
Something
I also
celebrate.
went to Moi University. Now, speaking of universities, Kenyatta University was a topic of conversation on the web earlier in the week due to a strike by students who were protesting against university's administration, complaining about hiking school fees, among other things. Now, in the midst of the unrest as students were protesting, the web got a hero. It is this guy who had to record a video of himself in the protest, asking his mom to send bus fare because things were not okay in school. This guy has become a sensation on the internet. Let's check this out.
Mam, tuma tu fair. Hey. Ma. Tuma fair. Tuma tu 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 fair.
Guys, you gotta love the Kenyan internet. The web is crazy. And immediately that video happened. That was around Monday, and there was already
there's already a video on
There's
that.
another one. You're gonna see it in a few. But Kamburi, did you go to Kenyan universities where strikes were the order of the day?
Fortunately, I did not.
Is that fortunate?
Yes, fortunately, I did not because it aided me kumaliza shule haraka. So
peace.
yes, in peace. It was just we did 3 years and it was done.
Wow.
And when I'm looking at now going back to the video, mam tuma tu fair, it means unafika shule. You don't even have backup, as in you're like, namaliza pesa yote, kesi mbele. And then when stuff like this happens, that's when you're like, oh my God, I'm broke, I don't have anything, I can't
He had to prove
walk.
to his mom that
like,
he's in a situation.
You know what makes me laugh about the video is, number one, huyu jamaa ile conscience yake yani ametulia tu, anaona anakimbizwa lakini bado ako mom.
He still has to record the
he still has time. You know, this is the power of digital. You know, social media has really made people have definitely a voice, and to another extent, I think people also want fame. And somebody said that if you really want to become so famous so fast, go to social media, man. Do anything, fame, do anything. I mean, was that thing real?
I think
probably
it was real.
Was.
It was real. The strikes were real, obviously.
Yeah, the strikes were real. But about his film?
He filmed from a very, like, I think it was one of those clout moments.
Yes.
And then things got serious as he was recording, and he was like, okay, no, wait, this is
I gotta stop,
spiraling.
you know.
Yes, out of
Things got out of hand so fast. All right, let's go to another story. An employee of the International Committee of the Red Cross was fired this week for using racial slurs against security guards at Lavington Mall here in Nairobi. A Twitter user at Yebeltal Getachew at Yebeltal IG tweeted the complaint, highlighting that the unidentified man had been insulting guards at Lavington Mall. More complaints followed, and it got the attention of ICRC, who released a statement later indicating that it had met witnesses as part of investigations, and it had resolved to terminate the man's assignment in Kenya. Now, the committee further apologized to all who were on the scene for the disturbance caused, as well as to those who were insulted, including the guards and people around there who were offended. Now, that's a statement over there. Abbas Gulet followed up, appreciating the ICRC for, doing this. It's 2019, and this gentleman decided that, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. In Kenya. What did you make of this?
Kimani, let me take the first shot here.
Yes.
And I mean, comment on what social media is doing to us nowadays.
Yes.
I remember there's a story during the week about a certain conductor who was arrested alongside Wayaki. He was taken to Kabete police station, then actually arraigned in court at Kibra.
Yes.
The guy had taken a selfie with the policeman who was accusing him of not dressing as a conductor. So, do you know, this is the only thing that saved him from going to jail.
Oh yeah, I remember that story.
Yeah,
yes. So
can
the
you see
power, of,
the
social
power of social media
improves that this actually happened.
This is what is happening. Look at what somebody did. A witness, actually. I think it's a witness who took a video and then went ranting on social media. And why would this happen?
Yes.
Racism in 2019, something that I shouldn't even really think that we should be hearing. A vocabulary that we should have deleted a long time ago in our lives.
I know,
this
right?
happened those times. Why now? Why now?
Yeah, and also Dennis Itumi was one of the people who amplified this story on Twitter.
With
and
hashtag
actually,
KOT, yes.
and actually got the attention of the ICRC, and they actually, this person actually got fired. Kamburi.
I think right now I have two sides to this story. First of all, racism is wrong. It's just
very wrong.
It's
wrong,
wrong and
man.
it's hurtful.
Yeah.
Racism, colorism, all those things. But at the same time, I think we need to address the fact that some of these security guards, honestly, can be a pain in the, you know what. Because I don't know if you've ever been harassed by a security guard for no apparent reason. Has that ever happened to you? For no apparent reason. Yeah. Someone just sees you and they just profile you and they're like,
especially
you know what?
when your dressing code is so poorly.
Exactly.
I mean, like, where you headed?
A living hell.
Yes.
And I will, you know, give you hell of a time. So probably this man, I'm not trying to defend his racism, but I'm just saying we needed to see both sides of the story. Why did he decide to go off on those particular security guards at this mall?
But also what bothers me is about the word he used, monkeys. I don't know whether it was...
Yes, that is wrong. That's what I'm saying. My issue is not really on the racism. That is blatantly wrong. But at the same time, can we please understand what happened, what ensued before this man got to that point of referring to people using those very harsh terms?
Well,
yes.
On the contrary, I mean, somehow.
Sorry guys, we're running out of time. Now, Kipchoge, let's talk about this. Everybody's talking about this. The greatest marathon runner ever, Eliud Kipchoge, is all set for tomorrow's Ineos 159, and it has turned into a sensation on the web. Look at those memes over there. The memes have been coming in. That was a picture from last week when a lorry ferrying beer overturned at Roysambu, and people have been turning that into memes. Now Kenyans are expressing support and pride. Brands are jumping on the hype. Safaricom even changed their logo for M-Pesa to Eliud 59. With so many other brands coming up with creative content around this, guys, this has now turned into a sensation. And I remember someone on the internet said that, oh, you guys are now talking about Eliud Kipchoge. You guys are pretending to care. You didn't.
That's all, please. Who doesn't know Eliud Kipchoge?
Definitely, who doesn't know Eliud?
Minus that story, Eliud Kipchoge was already a sensation.
Yes.
And right now, everyone is just excited on his behalf. Because it's not just for Kenya, but it's for him as an individual to be able to break that record. And we're all rallying against, not against, but we're rallying
behind.
Yes, we're
behind him. Let me just talk about two quotes that Eliud says.
Yes.
They say a champion is not manufactured when he wins races, but what matters a lot is about the minutes, the seconds, the week, the months that it takes to prepare. And then another one, he says that if you want to harvest money, you must plant the seeds of the services. So this is a prepared man for the race. I mean, come on, as much as institutions are trying to take that loophole of, definitely,
the
social
hype,
media.
Right on the hype,
come on, yes. M-Pesa was launched in 2007. It's been something that has been there. I mean, everybody knows the technology that nobody else can beat in the whole world about that.
Oh, yeah.
So, taking that opportunity to really rebrand the M-Pesa and call it...
It's actually for 7 days.
Yes, for 7 days.
Yeah. I thought it was a brilliant idea.
It was a brilliant idea, yes. As much as somehow people say we do not really appreciate our athletes. Yeah, look at what happened with Diego from YouTube. I mean, look at what happens to most of the guys who we celebrate. Somehow, even if we really don't celebrate them, but come on, who else can do what Safaricom has done?
Nobody. And this was brilliant. It was brilliant. Today you can elude someone money. Okay, you can elude money if you get the drift. All right. Let's go on to another story. Now, there's a story that has been going viral on Instagram, shared by a lady called Brenda Shinyala, who is a student in China. Now, Brenda is a Tanzanian, and together with two of her friends, one of whom is Kenyan, they planned a holiday during their school breaks to go to Bangkok, Thailand. Now, so they saved money for months to go for a trip to Thailand. Now, however, they got imprisoned by Thai immigration officials who claimed that they did not have enough money to stay in the country. They were trapped in jail cells and were asked to leave the country immediately without proper explanation for their deportation. Now, the girls believe they were unfairly treated by Thai immigration officials because they were black and dark-skinned. And this is because another friend of theirs, who they were traveling with, never got into any kind of trouble with the Thai officials and was never asked to prove that she had money. Now, this other friend of theirs is Habesha. She's light-skinned, and now the Instagram has been expressing anger on that. So that's the story. You can see her handle there. You can go read the full story because it's a five-piece post explaining what happened. But there was a lot of mistreatment, and these girls actually explained that there is no other reason that they were treated that way. The only reason that they could come up with is because they were black, and these officials profiled them just because of that. So it's a racism and colorism and a xenophobic kind of situation here. What did you make of this, Mkamburi?
It was sad. It was very, very sad. And I think this is not the first story we've had, not just from Thailand, but from China also.
From China.
That, you know, when blacks, you know, board these public service vehicles or any public transportation, you notice people who are in those vehicles covering their noses, acting like, oh my God, I cannot handle. And so when these ladies came forth to complain, I think it was a very bold move. However, I'm not sure if it's enough to shift and to change things back there.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
It's like, you're already seeing what's happening with China and the NBA, right? Do you think this story is going to yield any impact?
Okay, somehow let me just change the whole thing out of racism. Let me just talk about the power social media has right now. The reason as to why actually I went back for my master's at USIU is because I really want to understand what the power of social media that we have right now. Let's date it back to Facebook being launched in 2004, Twitter in 2007, where actually the first tweet was made from Kenya here by the co-founder Evans William. Talk of LinkedIn 2003 and a lot of social media platforms that have come up. And
dude, you know your social media history.
I do, but that's why I do my master's.
Oh yeah, you're a master's student.
So as per se, see the power social media has. Look at what organizations are doing around in the country, and not only just in Kenya, but other places.
But I have a question though. Do you think this is going to shift anything, or do you think they're just like,
definitely.
It's sad, but
Okay, let's also relate the story to what happened in Coast about so sad about the lady we lost and the daughter. I mean, what do you think that really pressured these guys to go deeper and even find the bodies? It's because of social media, nothing else.
That somehow is totally
I think you're lost on this.
Yes.
We have to disagree with you on this. Let's just rest it here, because I think the point is, and I think I agree with Mkamburi. We are going to complain about this, but
is it enough to see things happening down there on the ground?
Especially in Asia?
In Asia, or it's just going to be... No one is even... In fact, this story is like somebody's chewing gum on the chip stiletto of that Asian place, because nobody will notice. Yes, it's just us who are taking note.
I don't know how active guys are on social media and that.
All right, guys, I'm gonna have to bring this to a halt because we're running out of time. Because this is the favorite part of the show. Now, we share the videos, but instead of this, we're changing up things a little bit. What we're gonna do, we're gonna play a montage of some of the videos that have been viral throughout the week, and you guys will select your favorite after it. So this is a montage of all the videos that have made the internet, all your favorites. If you haven't seen these videos, enjoy.
Party after party after party. Surely, comrades.
Yes, man.
Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After party after party.
Okay, the pregame lit.
Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After party after party.
Okay, the
party then we mash up the place. Mash up the place.
Big trail in the break.
Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. Yeah. Party after party. After.
Guys, so that is what the web has been up to, party after party. And my challenge to you guys is go make all your favorite Parte after Parte videos, and then we're going to play them on Webos, and then we'll move on to the next one, because I feel like Parte after Parte has now become a sensation. People are using it as an excuse for everything. All right, as we wind up, guys, by the way, the biggest show in East and Central Africa, the biggest entertainment platform here on Citizen TV, 10 over 10 with the one and only Big Willie Straburu. They have a surprise for you tonight, all right? We have a guest host, a female surprise guest host. There you can see them. If you are curious to know who that guest host is going to be, you know what you're going to do? You know what to do. Watch 10 over 10 tonight at 10 p.m. with Big Willis and our surprise guest host, all right? That is where we end Webos, guys, and we'll see you again next week. My name is Kimani Mbugua, Mkamburiche Gogo, and Enoch, thank you guys for coming. We'll see you again next week with another episode. Enjoy Level Up Fridays on the other side.